got a fun little project for you today. Want to see how to make this cute little stuffed Valentine's heart, complete with secret message? You are going to need the quilt heart die. We are going to be using the largest heart and the smallest heart. You're going to need an assortment of scraps. You'll need a scrap of fabric that's about 5 inches square. For the back of your Valentine, you're going to need 2 pieces of fabric. One that is about 4.5 inches square and one that is 4.5 inches by 6 inches. You will need a small amount of polyfill and then a small piece of cardstock to cut out your little love note. Let's get started. So we have all of our scraps and our foundation fabric. So you'll want to start somewhere near the middle and just sew them on. Let's start with this guy in the middle, and then just take one of your other pieces, lay it on top, and sew along that edge. Press this back, and now we just pick a side and add another piece of fabric. You will continue around until your piece is completely covered. And now that our fabric is completely covered, we could take this over to our quilt and cut out our heart shape. We're going to be using the largest heart on this die board, so we'll place that face up. Place this so that it completely covers the heart shape. We'll add our cutting mat and send it through. We have our little heart. Now we need to cut out the backing fabric. So we have our 4.5 inch square, and we'll just cut out a heart like normal. And then to make the little pocket to place your love note in, you'll need your 4.5 inch by 6 inch scrap, and you're going to fold it in half lengthwise, and this fold you will place right across the heart like that. And make sure that you have it covered all the way down to the tip, and then send it through. So I'm just going to cut out the smallest heart out of this cardstock. Now we have a perfect little heart to write our note on. We're going to start with our crumb piece with all of the different fabrics. That's the front of the Valentine. Then we need to place the pocket and then the backing piece right side down. I'm going to take a couple clips just to keep everything in place, make sure it doesn't shift on me. And I am going to make some marks just to remind myself to leave this opening. So now let's go sew this. And now we sew this with our standard 1/4 inch seam allowance. Take your time around the curves. Just go nice and slow. Before we turn it right side out, we're going to make a couple clips. You definitely need to clip in here. You're going to go real close to the stitches, but don't cut the stitches. And then around the outer curves, you can make a few snips. And then at the base, just cut the tip off so you have about 1/8 of an inch of fabric beyond where your seams meet. And now we can turn it right side out. You can also use a chopstick or a knitting needle or a purple thing to help get these pushed and smoothed out. That looks pretty good. So now let's go stuff it. For my stuffing material, I do just have some polyester batting that I'll use. I'm just going to take my rotary cutter, cut it into some small pieces. Now we have some fluff to add to our heart. We can use that same knitting needle or skewer to help get the stuffing into all of the nooks and crannies. Once you have it stuffed to the firmness you like, sew that opening shut. Now all you need to do is complete your note, slip that into the back, and it's ready to gift. Be sure to tag me if you decide to make one of these. I'd love to see what you do.